This is what the clonking was. That's broken. You're through to Oi Oi Works with the Baldy Brit Bloke. Oi oi! How are we all doing? So in this video I'm heading down to Port Dover with Colleen on her maiden voyage. I want to give her a good run, see how she handles being driven, because she hasn't had much driving for 6 months or so, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 11 months. We'll get there in the end. I'll do a bunch of other little bits and pieces on her, some window tinting on the 2 front windows, and change the brakes front and back and service them as well. So come along, I think you'll enjoy it. I do, I enjoy making these and I enjoy driving this little nugget as well. I can't stop grinning when I'm sitting in the seat. So, grab yourself a comfy chair, a cup of tea, and relax. But just before you do that, if I could ask you to poke the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. We're going to kick this off by eliminating that clunking noise at the front of Colleen. So I'm going to have a bash at changing these sway bar links. I'm just going to get this one done today, I think. The other one is okay. I will do it, but I'm not going to do it today. It's just this one that's bothering me. It's this piece here, this dainty little piece. It goes down here to the end of the sway bar. The sway bar curves up here, goes over the other side exactly the same, and then it connects to the strut on the shock. I'm just going to give those a spray of penetrating oil, and we're going to have a go. Okay, let's try this one. You'll see the bolt is twisted at quite an angle. That is because I've just jacked up the one side of the car. So the sway bar is trying to counter that and stiffen it all up again. So what I'm going to do is jack up here, bring that up to loosen that off, pop that out, and then try and get this one out back here at the bottom of the link. You'll see the angle of the bolt change as I jack up the wheel part. There we go. So now we're just going to try and do this other one. Come on, baby. So when these go, can you hear that? And that's what makes quite a alarming clonking noise. Here are the new ones, absolutely solid. They're supposed to flex. They have a ball joint in there, and yeah. Let's get these ones in and get her back on the road. There we are, all nice and shiny, the completed article. From up here to down there. That wasn't too difficult, was it? Stick this little wheel back on, drop her down, and take her out and see how she sounds. Oi oi! Can't pass up a quick photo op in historic downtown Dundas, Ontario. Now let's get on the road to Port Dover. Port Dover. And in case you're wondering, no, there isn't any clonking from the front of the car. That broken sway bar link that I replaced did the trick. This place is a pretty little Ontario village on the shores of Lake Erie. It's usually humming in the summer, but with this COVID stuff going on, it's odd. The place is almost deserted. Oi oi! Spotted another photo op. How cute are you, Colleen? Take me to church. This is Lake Erie and it is beautiful. Looks like a handful of locals were taking advantage of this little beach being closed. Fair play to them. Now off we scoot through the country lanes towards Turkey Point. And here we are at Turkey Point. This is another little beach, or not so little beach on Lake Erie. It is flipping nice as well, but again, not so busy as it is usually. Oi oi, photo op time again. Colleen's on holiday. On Tuesday, it was tint time for Colleen at a local tint shop. I'll take a moment to thank the fellas at Skyline Reflections in Hamilton. They very kindly allowed me to record some dodgy bald British bloke setting up a camera in their shop. I love watching professionals at work. They make it look so damn easy. These guys are good. It's the 5th vehicle they've done for me and I'm very, very happy with them. I'll stick the link on the bottom of the screen there, so if there's anyone in the GTA area, particularly this end, like Grimsby, St Catharines, Oakville or Burlington that needs a tint done, check these guys out, they're really decent. Installed a tinted front windshield sun strip for me too. Now let's scoot out, get the bits and pieces I need for Colleen's brakes. Well happy with the tent, just got to leave it 3 days now to cure. Okay, let's go. Brakes picked up, on to the next stop. Wherever I go in this, she gets a lot of looks. And she's not even halfway done yet. Next stop, Princess Auto. And here we are. Slowly getting used to driving this little nugget. But she's so damn slow. If I pull out to overtake someone on the highway or pass someone, if they accelerate even a couple of kilometres per hour, I'm screwed. I can't get past them. While in Abbey, the S3, it's quite a different story. And back in the garage. Oi, oi! I was out this morning, as you know, and now it is time to start on the brakes. I'm going to start with the fronts. The front rotors don't actually need doing, and what I mean by that is that they look relatively new, but I have found out that Colleen was crashed in August. Last August 2019. Until I got her just before Christmas, she would have been sitting in a salvage yard up in the Montreal area. So no movement on the brakes. Then she was loaded into a truck and brought here, and then I took her off the truck and drove her in here. So the brakes on this little nugget aren't too expensive, at least with the one or two connections that I've got in the local car parts industry in Hamilton. They're able to get me some brake pads, rotors and rear shoes and drums for a good price. So I took the I'm going to take the opportunity to change them out so that I know that they're done, I know that the brakes have been serviced and that we're all good. So we've got brake pads, Bosch, which are good ones, rear shoes. This is just a little rear drum and shoe hardware pack. These are little rubber replacement boots for the front brake drums, brake shoes, brake cleaner, and some copper paste. I can't remember the name of it, but you put it underneath the front rotors so they don't get stuck to the hub. The back rotors are an absolute mess, as you can't see them properly here. Let's scoot over here. They are really, really, really rusty. So I'm going to swap those out as well. They told me when they were doing the safety on it, they adjusted them, but they said they will need doing in the near future. So get them all done like I said, and we're starting with a clean sheet on the brakes. So I'm going to shut up. It's going to be a time lapse for a little bit, just me ripping off the front wheels, the front wheel, and yeah, enjoy. So all I'm trying to do now is just gently, by pulling on it, release the, or suppress the caliper plunger. This thing here is what I was trying to push in. This thing, this is the caliper. I don't know what it's called. Plunger, suppressor. It's like a piston that as you push on the brakes, this pokes out and it squeezes the brakes. So I'll put that up there. And then we're gonna have a go at these other bolts. These other bolts are usually more difficult, and I had to use the breaker bar on them last time. There's one down here, and then there's one just up here. So all I'm trying to do now is get the breaker bar into a position where I can lift it. There we go. Sweet. And now the top one. There we go. Actually, they do need replacing. There's a ridge on here. This is really badly rusted. Yeah, there's a ridge on this as well. Oh, that's only a piece as well. All I'm doing with this is, by doing this, it helps the brake to seat, the rotor to seat properly on the hub. Giving the brake housing and the wheel hub a good spray with the brake cleaner. Can you see that? There is a big lip here for some reason. So we're going to give this a quick clean up. Replace these little rubber boots here. That feels okay, but it feels a bit graunchy. And the bottom one, which is this one, these are where the pins go in and out, and they keep the brake aligned. The bottom one is always getting more beaten up. That's where all the sediment and water drains down to. So we're going to replace these little rubber boots. Giving them a good spray with the brake cleaner and zipping over them with the wire brush on the drill. Just cleaning as much of the rust off them as I can, and this side needs a little bit more. Ow! Gotcha! Oops! We weren't supposed to see that. Ooh, that gave me quite a good chicken scratch, that one. We just put a bit of copper grease. Ooh, this is a mess. Proper mess. Carefully applying brake grease to all the edges of the brake pads that need to slide, making sure that I don't get anything on the actual face of the pads themselves. this wheel back on. As always, looks a hell of a lot better with the nice clean disc and the cleaner clips poking through here. That's the discs off Abby, and this is the little munchkin ones. I wanted to show you this quickly. This is the caliper off the other side. You see the two pads are still in here. This is the pin, the rubbers that I'm replacing. The rubber. See, it looked okay when it's compressed, but you pull it out and it's actually got a tear in it. And what happens is this fills up as this goes in and out, and when you're braking, this fills up with dirt and salt, all sorts of stuff, and it actually stops. Eventually, it stops this going in and out, which can mean that it doesn't release the pad properly, and the pad stays in, just lightly brushing the rotor, and then you get uneven wear on the rotors, so you can sometimes get a shake when you're braking. The top one's still okay on here, but I just wanted to show you that. That's why they do these little replacement rubber boots. Okay, I'm back again. This is the same one that I was just showing you. I'll pull it out a bit. And what has happened, I don't know whether it was to do with this tear in the rubber boot or not, but what has happened is this is actually seized. This pad, this has a bit of movement on it. You can see there it's moving a bit, if you see here. But this side is actually seized. It is not moving. So it's a good job we are doing the front pads and rotors, because this should move, it should slide. Moving to the back of the car, let's get these rear drums done. Same as with the front brakes, giving them a good spray with the brake cleaner and then hitting them with the wire brush on the drill. Here I'm removing the rear brake shoe alignment springs. Removing the brake shoe retention springs and the shoes. Hitting the rear brake housing and rear wheel hub with the brake cleaner again. Finally time to put the new bits and pieces back in. New brake shoes in place, now to install the new retention springs. Quick brake drum comparison just to show the difference between the new and the old. I love these wheels, they always put a stupid grin on my face. Well, that looks a heck of a lot better with that new brake drums shining through there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you enjoy the content, please poke that like button and turn on your notifications. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Toodle pip.